school in Abu Dhabi, we visit India pretty rarely, I think once a year or something. And even then, I can see how much more extreme the weather is getting now that I'm living in India for a longer period of time. And I feel like it's really sad. I think also there's a lot of loss of greenery around us, and it's quite sad actually looking at it. And I think initially I felt quite helpless. It doesn't feel like there's much we can do.
I mean, I've visited, there is a countryside. I visited the countryside a few years back, and then when I was actually there at my young age, around 3 or 4, when my age was around 3 or 4, there was the greenery around there, and then the things around there used to be different. And then recently, there are a lot of changes. Factories have come up, and then all those things. And then the heat, I could actually see the difference between the temperatures when it used to be around, I guess it was around 30 or something, and then now it's around 37 or something. It's really huge difference just because the trees have been cut down, and then there are a lot more factories and everything.
Here in England, we've had a lot of flooding the past few years, which is definitely a direct result of climate change with the more intense rainfall.
I'm in Scotland right now, and it says 20 degrees, and we are next, near October, literally 10 days away. That has never happened. It was always so cold, but now you're just walking in a t-shirt and you're fine.
How do you feel about Earth's future?
I'm not really sure if we can fix it completely, but I feel like at least even if we're stopping at the stage we are in right now, it's still livable, right? We can only stop it at this stage if we start acting on it immediately.
We as human beings are actually really powerful, and especially when we work together as a team, we are unstoppable. So I do feel like we can tackle it only if we work together and not against each other, and also if we act soon. I don't feel we're doomed just yet. However, we are coming to the red line.
I think that we've got the knowledge and we've got the technology to make real change. I think it's all about scaling up. So at the moment we have these tiny little ideas, all these entrepreneurs, and no one's listening to them. They're having a small scale effect. We need to really make them larger, and I think that can really help. I think also that this is going to change in the near future, with sustainability becoming a bigger focus for companies rather than profit, because companies nowadays can't get away with just going after profit. It's got to be a sustainability factor. That's what consumers are looking for when they're buying their products.
I think the massive change that needs to happen is that we're measuring businesses and the way they're performing, not via money. So through the triple bottom line accounting, through planet, people, and then profit. But still, these large companies are only, all the incentives for pay rises, for things like that, is still to do with how much margin people are making. There's only a small number of companies that are sort of B Corps and things like that. So I think for me, it's definitely with the big businesses to start measuring sort of their performance via other sort of key measures, not just money.
I actually kind of stopped eating meat and stuff like that. And then that is one thing. The other one was I usually prefer to walk.
Instead of using shampoo bottles, started buying shampoo soap bars, and then also get milk delivered, but recyclable in the recyclable glass bottles. So you give the glass bottles back, and that's just a constant cycle.
Day-to-day things, obviously, I become vegetarian. I don't drink, I don't really eat that much dairy, and also educating my flatmates as well, because I live with 4 other people, speaking to them about how I'm doing this.
If I bought a lot of stuff and the bag is really big, so now I use it multiple times, and I also use that the old bags for the trash can, so I don't buy any new trash can rolls.
We moved into this new flat a couple of weeks ago, and we haven't got a recycling bin, and there's not a recycling bin anywhere near us. So got one from the council, and everyone's been like, no, just throw it in the landfill bin. I don't want it all building up. We've currently got a massive corner of recycling, and I'm not throwing it in landfill, waiting for the recycling bin.
You don't have to change and become vegan or vegetarian, but even just meal planning and just making sure you're not wasting a lot of food, because the amount of food that does get wasted, that contributes to a huge amount of the waste in the world.
Stop buying clothes that you'll wear once, or for example, buying more sustainable clothes. If that's something that's not really affordable at the moment, because it is quite expensive, I won't lie, charity shops again, try and buy something secondhand, something pre-owned. Because yeah, I feel like we've got a really bad habit of buying something, wear it once, and then that's it.
What are 3 words that you guys would say summarize your feelings toward climate change?
I'd say in our generation, promising. I think a lot of youths have got a lot of energy and like want to really stimulate real action. But I'd also say anxious, really anxious about the future, uncertain, and I guess we don't know which way it's going to go.
Hopeful, urgent, and in need of innovation.
Optimistic, urgent, and innovation.
Disappointed, so just why we're in the situation in the first place, and then important, which is similar to serious. It's got to be now at the priority of everyone, and then confidence. I think it's time that our generation is and should be kind of having the confidence to stand up. I mean, Greta Thunberg, she's got confidence for anyone.
I think obviously all these ones have been said serious now. I think motivated as well, when they're motivated to do something about it and encourage others to do something about it as well.
As an individual, I don't think we have much of the power, but I feel like if the general population gets together and if we've seen how putting pressure on corporates actually has an effect, because they do need consumers, right? So if we as consumers do put pressure on them and expect sustainable changes in their way of functioning, I feel like we can eventually bring a change.